Hello. Hi, my name is Jacqueline Jerome-Richardson, and I am the Agent's Whisperer. I want to introduce myself to you all. For those of you that don't know me, I am from Washington, D.C., so I hail from the DMV area. And I went off to college in the late 90s in Baltimore to a culinary school, actually, believe it or not. And afterwards, after living in Baltimore for about 8 years, I did take my family, my husband and I moved our family, young family, to Charlotte, North Carolina. And we were there for almost 20 years and until our next move. But it's the Charlotte piece that I do want to talk to you all about. While in Charlotte, I transitioned out of hospitality, got out of the kitchen and things of that nature, and I worked at a sales company called Red Ventures. And there I switched over from, like I said, culinary hospitality, customer service into sales, my very first sales job. And it was hard. It was so hard. It was the most challenging thing that I endured up until that time, because it took hospitality and service and customer service, and it turned it to, this is what you need, this is what I got, this is what you're gonna get. I mean, the whole cadence of customer service to sales was a huge learning experience for me. And so once I learned it, and once I learned how to sell with integrity, to sell and help other people solve their problems, I took off and I absolutely loved it. So I was successful as an agent there, and I was so successful that I was able to actually get promoted to a team lead position. And as a team leader, I supported the managers. And the managers there gave me my review and let me know, this is maybe 3 to 6 months into my tenure as a team leader. They let me know that whenever I watched their teams went to the bottom. Stunk. I mean, literally, they went. If we had 8 teams, and I watched that one team, they were the eighth on the on the list. And but the managers there were always taught to dig for numbers. So they not only observed, obviously, that I killed their teams when they were gone. However, somehow their lowest performing agent was always number one, not only for their team, but sometimes for the whole center. So it was literally night and day. My team that's normally, the middle of the pack or at the top, bottom. And then my bottom agent ends up being at the top. So they looked me in my face and said, Jacqueline Richardson, if you can find out what it is that you're doing with them, you have yourself a secret sauce. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. I believe that, excuse me, that God gives us all gifts, talents, and abilities. So I was just walking into work being myself. I was just doing me. And so I did have to pray about it. I really did. I prayed about it. I said, Lord, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. My managers want to know. I look now, I'm interested. I want to know. And so what ended up happening he answered my prayer. And so normally, and I think a lot of you out there know what I'm talking about, you come to work and your managers tell you, leave your problems at the door. Or you've been a manager and you've told your people, your employees, leave your problems at the door. If you're in management, you probably have been trained to find out whether it is will or skill. Are people thinking about the processes incorrectly and they need to retrain their thinking? Or is it skill? Do they need to learn something? But whatever it is, they never talk about what they told you in the first place was to leave their problems out the door. And what I was able to do, and this was the answer, I was able to come in, hang out with those teams, watch the teams, manage the teams, while the head managers were out, and actually get in and become a helper to the agent. I wasn't I wasn't tasked with what are their numbers doing on a daily basis. Where is the team on a daily basis? I was able to come in, swoop in, and actually get a chance to dialogue with the agents. And when I would walk in, I would say, "Hey, how are you? How are you, Ben, Jason, Lauren, Tiffany? How are you?" And normally, what those agents would tell me, this is the response: "Oh, I had 2 sales today, Miss Jackie," or I had 8 sales today, Miss Jackie." I didn't ask you about your sales. I asked you about you. And that started to peel away. I started to pull away from the other management. And not that the other managers are doing anything wrong, I was doing something different. So, this is the answer to their questions. What are you doing? I wanted to know about them. I wanted to know about you, the agent, not your numbers. We can talk about your numbers later because, but for the record, I'm watching. I got a computer too. So, long story way short, I was able to find out what was going on with the agents. How are you? And not in a meddlesome way, not in a psychiatry kind of way, a real human way. And that is what happened. And what ended up unfolding was, I was able to find out that some of the agents maybe had $20 to last until payday. They weren't asking for money, but how am I really doing today, Miss Jackie? Like, if you really want to know the truth, I'm struggling. I'm having a rough day because I don't have enough money to last me till payday, or I'm tired. My child has been sick. I have a family member who's been sick. My wife doesn't, my wife is doing this, I'm doing that, and we're just ships in the night, passing. And I'm just thinking about those family things. And then what would end up happening after they would share, you literally I would see their shoulders just relax. And then I may not have solved their problem, especially if it was like life, but they would get back on the phones because we were in a call center, and they were lighter. They were they were just able to concentrate on the work because they were able just to share, like, my baby's been sick. No one else knew that, but I was able just to share that with someone who cared, and now I can go about my business, right? And so what happened was the real nitty gritty of it was there was a third answer: will, skill, or life. And I was able to connect with the agents. So if they were thinking about things that were incorrectly about the sale, about the business, I go in, we could talk about it, we could train, we could coach, we could do some role play. If it was skill, I could teach them that skill. If it's building rapport, or how to sell out of the competition and sell into our product, and close, then we can go ahead and do some, role plays and coaching sessions there. But sometimes it was life. And I ended up getting the nickname the Agent Whisperer. So that is who I am. And I own that. I love my work. I absolutely adore my work. I love being able to help others. I love being able to serve them and to help them take that burden off, because I truly believe that people want to wake up and do their best and be their best. There's just some things that are getting in the way. And that goes for me too. And so I am here to help. I'm here to serve. And I absolutely love doing what I do. I have testimonials on my website. I have all my information on my website. You can schedule sessions, and you can call, you can text, you can send me an email. The website is theagentswhisperer.com. And my email address is info at theagentswhisperer.com. And I look forward, to hearing from you. And please do not let the cost of my sessions scare you or deter you. Okay, we can chat about that and get a payment plan, whatever. But it is going to be worth it. I had agents and have agents now this year, this calendar year, who I worked with in February, and by August, this is in a real estate, okay? So from February, no sales. And then by the summer, they're in the top three of sales, in sales in this very productive firm. So what I do is real. What I do is more than helpful to your professional life. It's helpful to your personal life. And it is just an absolute blessing. I'm grateful for the gift, and I'm more grateful to be able to share it with you. I am here for you. My name is Jacqueline Jerome-Richardson, and I am the Agent's Whisperer.